over breakfast of banana bread and ice cream, I found myself pondering ways to elevate my home security. I could get a guard dog, but unfortunately my husband is highly allergic. I could train my 2 cats, but let's face it, we can't expect much from a cat. Love, companionship, the occasional hairball to keep you on your toes. I do have a third option: my pet spiders. Research has shown that spiders possess a form of intelligence that includes the ability to problem solve, learn from their environment, and enact hunting strategies. Studies on jumping spiders, in particular, show that they can learn. They can recall the location of objects. They can plan routes. I have seen many a media clip of people gleefully showing off their pet spiders, waving or demanding uppies, or rolling a ping pong ball gingerly across their enclosure. My spiders, all 17 of them, so far seem to just enjoy watching Pokemon tournaments and me struggle to put on my socks. Still, I strongly feel their potential is being wasted. That maybe, just maybe, with a little patience, effort, and thinking outside of the box, my spiders could solve puzzles or learn to use tools. But why have puzzle-solving spiders when I can go a step further and have warriors? Therefore, I wanted to imagine what it would take to arm my spiders and get them combat ready, or at the very least, guarding the front door in some capacity. Now, some would argue that having a spider at your threshold is more than enough to make someone just kind of nope themselves in the opposite direction. However, I'd be remiss if I didn't consider offensive tactics that went beyond reliance on just a phobia. Spiders, as a whole, are naturally equipped with methods to defend themselves, such as speed, threat posturing, and venom. Some tarantulas can even throw up a cloud of irritating hairs, tiny barbed projectiles that cause intense irritation. I would simply like to add to this arsenal a simple melee weapon, perhaps a spear. And these pictures are courtesy of my lovely husband, by the way. Spear could be effective. Maybe multiple spears. Appropriately sized, of course, because I'm a responsible pet owner. Y'all may be thinking, but Amy, they don't have hands. How are they going to grip the spears? My jumpers, tarantulas, and velvet spiders all have something called setalules, thousands of tiny hairs that allow them to stick to surfaces and grip objects, such as tiny menacing spears. But why settle for melee weapons, though? Close combat increases risk of injury. I am, after all, a responsible pet owner. A long-range weapon would be safer. Let's say tiny crossbows. I imagine the engineering wouldn't be too hard. That's what YouTube is for. Plus, I have several friends with 3D printers who would be thrilled to help arm my precious spider babies for battle. Although 3D printed objects tend to not be terribly heavy, I don't think I have to worry about weight, as many spider species are known to be able to carry many times their own body weight. Some species can carry up to 50 times their body weight. We've gone this far. Let's go a step further, shall we? Da, da, da. Siege weaponry. We all know at this point that my spiders are perfectly capable of operating a defensive line of trebuchets. I am confident that in a couple of years, my little spider army can be fully equipped and ready to fight off terrified, maybe even confused would-be intruders. We could take this thought experiment to explosives, but I think I've made my point. Spiders are a fascinating and misunderstood animal with so much more potential than we give them credit for. And the only real danger here is not them, but the human behind them with too much imagination and access to the web. Thank you.